You said your main mission is to make Thailand better, right? Do you think in the 4 years of running your business, you've changed a lot of lives in Thailand?
Every single day. I disperse millions to Thai people that live outside of Bangkok every single day. You're a hillbilly, บ้านนอก ต่างจังหวัด right? I want to be a part of it that I destroy that word. When the day I die, nobody's gonna ever say บ้านนอก ever again. You think Bangkok has bad traffic? The solution to that is not build another bridge. Solution is to incentivize people to move out, move back to their home.
What are you doing all of this for?
I feel satisfied. I want to be alive.
Hey, what's
Hey
up?
brother. Hey brother.
This is the office space.
Long time no see.
Long
man.
time.
Bro, man, people have been missing our food content.
I know. It's been too long. You've been a busy man.
I still eat. I still eat dinner. I mean, however busy you want, you gotta eat, man. You gotta eat.
So take me where we are right now.
It's my office. So this is our new office. We moved to this temporarily because, as I said before, I'm looking for a place where I can have a retail, like coffee shop or Isan restaurant, and then the second floor or the same floor will be Fast Track office because my leverage is that I can draw traffic. I can post one content and have thousands of people wait in line. So I think that it's kind of stupid just for us to sit on. Why not just make money with it, you know?
Got it. Yeah. I see a lot of people here.
Yeah, we have 70 people now.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
we manage 3 different countries. I think last time when you visited us, we were only in 2 different countries,
Yeah.
Indonesia and Thailand. So we're number 1 in Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Indonesia. We just launched in Vietnam.
Right.
So we will be number 1 in Vietnam by the end of this year.
Wow. How many people are using it in Thailand right now?
Right now, so for example, our weekly user rate is around 200,000, just Thailand alone. But freelancer, we have around 300,000, but user download, we have over 3.2 million.
You know,
So-
I used it for the first time last
Really?
month.
It will be in English very soon. So we introducing semantic search, which is AI search. So you can search in English very soon and everything will be in English. And also phase 2, hopefully by this year, the chat itself will do AI translation. So you can type in Chinese.
Oh.
You can type in English
Anything.
and it will translate in Thai.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how come people in like Vietnam hasn't already done this already? Like how come you are like already
They're just
taking
not
the market?
Globally. I don't think there's a good player yet. I think Fiverr and Upwork is a good example, but I don't think that their model actually work because they still rely a lot on GP. So I'm trying to get to a model where I don't rely on GP. So all the freelancer basically don't get any commission. So right now I just reduced my commission from 17 to 10%.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to a point that I can save full-heartedly that I don't take anything from the freelancer. So you might ask, like, where do you make the money? Ads.
Why would you not want to take money from the freelancers?
Because that's the problem. Most of the people don't want to be on Fiverr and Upwork because they don't want to lose to the GP.
Wait, what is GP?
GP like commission.
Okay.
Imagine I'm a platform that takes no commission. I can steal all the traffic and all I care about is traffic. So all I do is sell SEM.
Cool. Could you show me around what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of teams. So for example, that's the graphic team, editing team, that's the AE team. This is the video editing team, B2B team. B2B, so we serve a lot of clients. So client meaning that Google use us, Tesla use us, Meta use us, Microsoft use us. So I'm talking about global companies. Like Tesla globally use us, Google globally use us, or this local company like SCB. So global company are accessing to Southeast Asia freelancers through our AE program.
Why wouldn't they use like in-house stuff? Why would they use
Because we're faster, we're cheaper, more efficient. For example, no one in this country can do content the way that I'm doing. I post 5 contents a day, right? Most of these companies cannot do that. How am I able to do it? Because I utilize my freelancers. So I want to make every single company in Thailand to be able to do what I do.
Okay.
That's the goal.
That's wow. I'm shocked. I did not know that.
So we're expanding different categories. So right now we're not just a freelancing platform, we're a service platform marketplace. So basically that, for example, you can have someone polish your nails at home now. You can cut your hair at home. So I partner with Never Say Cuts. So you can have a Never Say Cuts barber come to your home at your place at wherever at your convenience time and cut your hair. So we have barber, we have technician, plumber, painter, wood floor installer, all kind of services.
Are your employees also freelancers too? Like after
Yes,
work
yes.
today?
Most of them. Most of them are actually incentivized to be as freelancers as well. Because you should not dictate what. Okay, they have to work from 9 to 6, but after that, it's their life, right? If they want to make more active income, it's their choice. I want to create a place where everyone on planet Earth can do that.
Right. Have you got examples of like your staff doing like freelance work?
Yeah, like editor. So from all my editor, they're freelancers. My UX UI designer, they're freelancers. My web developer, they're freelancer. For example, if I want them to do OT, I actually hire them through Fastwork to do OT for Fastwork. Yeah.
Do you think this is like the future of like how businesses are going to run?
We are the future of work. So what we're trying to create is a future of work. There are many things that change over time, like how we transport, how we travel, or how we work or how we talk to each other, how we meet people, right? They're different. But the future of work starts with fast work. We believe that everyone will be the boss of their own time, right? Grab did that for driver. I want to do that for every occupation.
Do you feel like more companies in Thailand are following a similar path to how you're running your business?
Not really. I think a lot of the companies in Thailand, sadly saying is that they don't run the companies the way I run because I chase risk. I don't take the easy way out. So everything that's risky, I'm doing it. You know, we should exploit things that big companies wouldn't want to do or aren't able to do.
So you think a lot of like businesses now are focusing too much on short term?
You got to focus on long term, man. You got to do everything that makes sense for the future. Build something that a future customer would want, that you're proudly to present, that kids are going to use it.
What about businesses in Thailand? Do you think they're focusing too much on short term?
I think most of it cares so much on, immediate revenue. I think I posted a video today. What do you think is the purpose of a business?
To solve problems.
Sure, that's actually a good answer. Most people will say make profit. That's actually the wrong mindset. If you think that the purpose of a business to make profit is actually the wrong answer. The purpose of a business is to create a customer and to keep a customer. You can actually make profit by creating a customer. For example, I'm a new store in Siam. I hired an influencer, built some big campaign, have a brand ambassador. People had lined up to buy my product, and I'll be making profit for the first 3 months. But if my product is shit, I cannot keep a customer, I'm f***ed. So the whole point of business is to create a customer and to keep a customer, not just to make profit. Because if we can do both, everything follows.
And there's so much value already. I think I got a headache.
This is gonna be the shortest f***ing YouTube video ever.
No.
Or the longest, depends on the questions.
You know, I listen to your podcast to practice my Thai.
Really?
Yeah. And I get a lot of value.
I'm proud to hear that.
And the reason I'm interviewing you is because I think a lot of people do look up to you.
Thank you.
And I think that if I can make a video which is very unfiltered, very raw, and people can learn something from you, it'll be very important. So I think the thing I want to get from like this video is like a lot of people inspired to be like you, right? But they might look at you with like tons of followers, like hundreds of staff. How can they make that first step?
So the first step that you have to start with is the point isn't to have hundreds of staff. The point isn't to be famous. The point is to solve a problem. I don't want hundreds of staff, but I need hundreds of staff to solve a big problem for the customer. It's not like the point isn't to have to be a CEO. The point isn't to have to be famous. The point is to be able to help people. You have to understand where my fame comes from. I didn't do content because I want to be famous. I do content because I want to help people. I want to talk about things that people don't know. I want to talk about things that society won't tell us. So I'm trying to solve a problem. Exactly like the business. You want to identify the problem and you want to be the solution to it. So I identify the problem, and as a content creator, I want to be the solution to that problem, which is showing people another side of the truth.
What about people watching this, like they're in Thailand, maybe they're still in school and they're very hardworking, they have that passion and they don't know where to start. You know? But they want a good job and they want their money.
And that's fine. Like first identify the problem, right? It's not like where do I start? Like how can it bring benefit to me? The question should be reversed. What can you bring to the table? Where do you add value? Is there a big enough problem that you can solve? It can be anything. And once you identify that, starts with that. I think like following your passion, do your passion is f***ing romanticized and I don't like it. Don't do your passion. Do what other people need. That's way more important. And telling you, when you're able to identify things that you think that are helping people, that becomes your passion. Because you know why? As human beings, we're passionate with helping people. If you know that your work, the thing that you're doing are helping your audience, are helping Thai people, immediately you tell people, oh, this is my passion. You think my passion is freelancing? It's not. I've never been a freelancer myself. But the fact that I know that I'm helping people, I became passionate.
What about a student watching this right now in Thailand? What can they do to start?
Find a skill, develop a skill. I really do tell people that don't be a generalist at the very beginning, be a specialist. Because if you're a generalist, it's like you have many pair of knives, but not one sharp enough to cut down a tree. It's like you have no knives. So make sure that one pair of knives is very freaking sharp, and then work on the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Because let's just say that, okay, I got one. Now I work on the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. And then everything becomes a failure. At least I can come back to this. At least this will pay for my bills. This will pay for food. This will pay for rent. So you gotta find that one knife first.
Say the person's good at making clothes or good at cutting hair or maybe good at teaching people piano. How can they make?
So many things. Let's just say cutting hair, right? If you're cutting hair like everyone else, you're just cutting hair. Like you're nobody. For example, every time there's a customer, you'd be like, hey customer, can I have a consent? Can we do a podcast? So you cut a hair and you film and you talk to the customer and you ask customer some question. For example, is as a mom. You say, hey, you think having a kid change who you are as a person? That's a question. And then as you're cutting the hair, they answer, you cut a short clip, you post on TikTok. Now you're not just any barber. Now you're not just any hairdresser. Now you're somebody, right? Let's just say you're a chef and you're good at singing. You can sing while you cook. That alone, the art direction itself is crazy. Why wouldn't you do that?
Do you think it's important to put yourself on social media then?
Yeah, because you're nobody. You want to be somebody. At the end of the day, we want to find bias. Things that I'm talking about, ChatGPT can do the same. But you don't want to search ChatGPT. You want to listen to me. Why? You're biased. Humans are biased. The reason why you're wearing Adidas, you're biased. You're pink Adidas, you're freaking biased. This guy's wearing pink Adidas. Like, he's biased, right? You're not just gonna buy like another pair of shoes that's like 200 baht. You wanna look at because you also want other people to be biased towards you, right? So why not work on building that bias?
Okay. Say they're afraid to put themselves on camera, then what?
Then don't do it. Just know that if you don't wanna do it, another person will do it.
Okay.
Right? Nobody's gonna change your life. If I have to motivate you to want to change your life, you're not built for it, right? If I have to come out here and be like, oh, you gotta help yourself, man. You're the one benefiting from this. If you need me to motivate you to help your life to be better, you're not built for it.
Is there not like an alternate solution then? Say they're like an introvert, but you know they're passionate about
I'm an
this
introvert. Introverts are better content creators because introvert has only meet. They'll only tell you to meet. For example, I meet you today. If I'm an introvert, I'll be like, hey, I meet with Mike today. We did some great content. It's about baby CDE. If it's an extrovert, it'll be like, oh, today is so hot. The traffic was so bad. Mike call. I was like, damn, I'm gonna be a little late. I was like, oh, that's fine. I'm gonna tell you all these stuff that you don't even need to know. Right. So extroverts are actually not as good as a content creator as introvert.
So you think in 2025 social media is super important?
2025, come on, man. It has been important since like 10 years ago, 2015. Bro, man, get out there. What the hell?
All right, I think.
I'm telling you, the quickest YouTube video, but I don't waste your time. You know?
No, this is very efficient. I literally met him like 5 seconds. Like, right, let's film. ทุกคนใช้กล้องนะเพราะว่าอาจจะพูดเยอะกว่านี้นะแล้วต้องนั่งสบาย When we started the clip, we didn't actually introduce who you actually are.
See, like the thing is like introducing who I am at the very beginning, it's actually a very bad strategy. They care more about what they're gonna get from the video. So in the mid section, now I'm saying I'm CK, CEO of Fastwork. Nice to meet you.
And what do you do?
I'm the CEO of Fastwork. Fastwork is the largest service provider online marketplace for Southeast Asia.
I want to ask you, why do you work so hard? Because you're a pretty young guy, you're healthy, you've already got probably all the money that you need. Like, what are you doing all of this for?
I feel satisfied. I want to be alive. I want to feel alive, man. You think like sleeping at home and no agenda or just being drunk all the time staring at the ocean, you think that's life? That's not life. If you want to feel happy, you have to feel sad. If you want to feel appreciated, you have to feel underappreciated. If you want to feel worthwhile, you have to feel unworthy. The feeling of success, the adrenaline of feeling success only come from you being failed at it so many times. Like, that's the source of it. It's like, it's yin yang, it's so true. It's the reason why a person who was born rich and asks his dad to buy a car for them, they won't feel that excited. But if you work all your life to buy that dream car, you'll feel like, I did it. It's different because you went through a struggle. Happy only come from you overcoming obstacle. You feel satisfied, you feel appreciated because you overcome these hard obstacles.
But I think a lot of people in life, they want to be happy too. Like,
that's not healthy. You want to be happy, but you only chase this one emotion. Have you watched Inside Out? So Inside Out is about, it's a cartoon developed by, I think, Pixar. It showcases that there's so many emotion in the head. It's a cartoon, it's a great cartoon. The point isn't to always be happy. The point is to embrace every emotion. Sometimes you feel sad, it's okay. Sometimes you feel angry, it's okay. Sometimes you feel disgust, it's okay. Sometimes you feel anxious, it's okay. Sometimes you feel happy, it's okay. Embrace your emotion because all these emotions combined is you. Right? So you shouldn't just be like, I always want to be happy. 24 hours, I want to be happy all the time. Like, that's not healthy. Like, for example, you're lining up to this restaurant to eat this best common guy, for example. Common guy will feel so much better if you have to line up. Once you've lined up, you feel, I want this one. Oh, 5 more queues. Oh, 3 more queues. Oh, 1 more queue. Okay. 3 common guys. That first bite, because of all the wait, you'll be like, damn, it's great. Or even better, let's just say that you have the common guy, but you haven't had food all day. So you went through starvation. It's like, oh, I'm starving, man. I've been working hard. Finally, common guy is right in front of you. That's the first meal of the day. That common guy would be so delicious because you went through the struggle.
But what is it that you got that makes you work so hard compared to other people? Because in my 28 years of existing, it's very rare to see someone as hardworking and as focused as you are.
I want to be happy. I want to feel like I have a purpose. I want to give something back to society. I want to leave something. I want to have a legacy.
Do you think you have like a chemical imbalance that makes you work like so harder than anyone else?
I don't think so. I think most of the people are so drawn towards expectation from surrounding. It's like everyone's telling you this, like, oh, why you work so hard, or like telling you like, hey, you should get married, you should do that, you should do that. So we try to live our life based on other people's agenda. But why not live your life based on your own term? You don't have to live like me. Only do what you really want. If you care a lot about having a beautiful family, bro, spend more time with your wife, man. Don't work so hard if that's what you value. You can't be like, oh, my mom told me, oh, my neighbor told me that I should go get a PhD. My neighbor told me that I should work harder. My neighbor told me I should start making content. Like, don't do what other people tell you to do. Talk to yourself more and be you. You say that I work hard. I don't feel like I'm working hard. I feel like I don't want to live if I don't work hard. This is just me.
So what about in your spare time?
I work out. I work out, I sleep. The key part to working hard is you have to sleep. If I don't sleep, I cannot work hard. So I understand that very early on, so I prioritize sleep.
Okay. And what's the end goal for all of this?
There's no end goal. To die in between. To die chasing that goal.
And what's the goal?
The goal is to make Thailand better, to be a part of the legacy where I can tell full-heartedly to all of citizens of Thailand that I've officially made Thailand better, right? People call each other hillbilly when they're from outside of Bangkok. You're hillbilly, Banok, Tang Changwat, right? I want to be a part of it that I destroy that word. That when the day I die, nobody's gonna ever say hillbilly, Banok ever again in Thailand.
Is that a common thing?
That's the goal. That's a common thing.
Yeah.
Like, we look down upon other people who are out from outside of Bangkok. It's so sad. And Banok is the way that we look down on other people, and most importantly, it's the word that they use to look down upon themselves. If you go study the most famous Peng Luk Tung, meaning these songs are usually played outside of Bangkok, they're always about, you go with that city boy. I'm hillbilly, so you can be good. I love you. I wish the best for you. It's a song that goes the most viral because people look down upon themselves if they're from outside of Bangkok.
So you're saying right now there's like kind of discrimination within Thai?
Yes, ask anyone.
Wow.
Yes.
This is new to me as a foreigner living here.
Yes, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's weird. So I want to destroy that for Thailand. I don't want that to happen in Thailand. They don't do that in Japan. Oh, you're from Kyoto? You're from Osaka? You're from Hiroshima? No, they don't do that. You're from Boston? No, we pride with where we're from. But Thailand's not like that. Everything is just Bangkok.
So you're trying to create more freelancers around?
Yes, I want people to go back to their hometown, make money there, spend money there. Because the people that will make a name for that province are entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs will create things that attract people.
Is your goal for like more like foreigners and other people to see these other parts of Thailand too?
For sure. Right now you travel to Bangkok, you see like what? Chiang Mai, Buli, Pattaya, Samui, just a few provinces. Have you ever been to Isan?
Yeah.
But most of the people haven't been. Most of the people haven't been to Udon, Sukhothai, Nan, Chiang Rai, Songkhla. They haven't been because they're not tourist attraction. Well, let's make it great. You go to the US, you go to multiple places. Financial district, New York. Education, Boston. Hollywood, California. Cowboy, Texas. But here, everything is Bangkok. That's a problem, man.
And how long have you been doing fast work for?
For 4 years now.
Do you think in the 4 years of like running your business, you've changed a lot of lives in Thailand?
Every single day. I disperse millions to Thai people that live outside of Bangkok every single day. As we speak right now, we probably disperse 300-400K. For me, I can sleep with my eye closed every single day because I can tell myself full-heartedly that I did my best and I actually make Thai people money every single second of my hard work. That's why I work hard.
So it's more for the Thai people, not about you anymore.
It's never about me because if it's about me, I won't have the passion. Bro, man, like imagine living a life just for yourself. Like that sounds like not just a selfish way to do. That's just a sad way to live your life. You actually think like driving a fancy car, going to a club, you think that's happy? That's your version of the happy? Look at Hollywood, man. All these people get into depression. Why is that? They're bombarded with these so-called happiness, but they're pumping depressant down their throat with alcohol, and they're doing all these drugs that boost their serotonin temporarily, so they naturally cannot produce any serotonin, so they become depressed. You think that's happiness? That's man.
When did you have this realization?
Bro, man, go search, man. Look at all these celebrity. Look at Mac Miller, kill himself, man. Mac Miller, I listen to his music, man. Why is that? For me, like, it's not about realization, man. For me, sometimes it's just obvious, but we just choose to close our own eyes. We just choose not to look at it because we think our life is just so horrible that, oh, it must be nice to be like that. Oh, it must be nice to be like that. Because we're always thinking about what we want to have in order to be happy. We forget to be happy now. We forget that right now at this very second, someone would sacrifice everything just to be you today. Someone with cancer, 10 days more to live, they would sacrifice their limbs to be you today. Today. Yet you don't appreciate the dream that you're living in. But you'll be like, oh, it must be nice to have a beautiful wife. Motherfucker, you can see. Motherfucker, you have internet. Motherfucker, you live in a country has no war. Bro, you can walk, you breathe in. While other people are thinking about where can I get this water? Am I gonna live tomorrow? And you're out there depressed?
From your experience, you know, you've been in Thailand for a really long time. Do you feel like a lot of people are focused on the wrong things then?
It's not just Thailand, it's worldwide.
Right.
Because turn on the TV.
Yeah.
We're idolizing celebrities. We're idolizing people who look pretty, have no privacy, but they're actually sad. Most of these celebrities are actually depressed. On the other side, there are leaders doing things for the country, building product and service to change the world. They feel fulfilled and satisfied every day, but we don't idolize them. Why is that?
So for the people watching, would you say to really reevaluate like what kind of media you're consuming?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not the media's fault, it's actually your fault. If you watch content and you don't like it, block it. If you want to watch more news, go on CNBC, like 15 posts. Tomorrow you see all CNBC stuff. The algo, it's you.
Yeah. What if my audience are thinking in their head like, wow, this guy is saying a lot of truth, but maybe it's a bit too strong, you know, like your approach. Can this guy chill out? How do you feel about that?
I don't feel I don't want to be liked. I don't care about the perception of goodness. I care about the reality of goodness. People care so much about looking good, being accepted, but so few cares about that the stuff they're doing are actually good. Imagine you don't look good. You swear a lot, you speak fast, you get aggressive, but you do good. Isn't that the person you want to value? You want to value a person that look good, speak well, but do evil? Like those are the people you want to idolize? I care about if I'm doing good for society. That's it.
Do you think you have a lot of haters in Thailand?
I don't give a
Okay.
I don't care about if people like me. I don't care about if people appreciate it. But I care about the things that I'm doing are actually having an impact on society. I focus on the right thing, not the wrong thing.
Okay, I need to have a drink of water. No, I'm blank right now. I just got hit with a ton of knowledge.
I don't even call it knowledge, man. It's just
You speak
awareness.
so much that I need to digest it.
It's just awareness, you know, it's just awareness. Like I want people to be aware, talk to themselves more, have that positive inner voice.
Because the reason I spoke about that is, you know, for me, living here for 3 years, I see that I've become a lot more softer in my approach.
Yeah, it's great.
But I think your way of talking, like especially right now, is quite Western, right?
Sure, but they understand me. You know why? Because they know my intention. Today, Gen Z, Gen X, Gen Y, they care more about, are you a good person? They don't care about how you look. Like I think we way past that right now. In terms of like, oh, this guy wears suits.
Okay.
Must be a good guy. Because we've been lied on so many times. Whether it's a politician, there are tons of politicians look good, speak the right things, say the right things, go on a big post stadium, say all the key buzzword, but fraud, corrupt, take your taxpayer money into his pocket. It's not the person that you value. We've been lied on so many times that we're like, you know what? I actually care more about like his intention. People know my intention because I have so much digital footprint. There's not a single human being in Thailand has more digital footprint than me. So that means, you know what that means? That means that everyone who is watching, who knows me, who follows me, they know me like I'm a friend.
Do you think you're like this right now? You're like speak very like directly. How
You
it's
should
been.
always do that, man. Imagine like I'm your friend, right? You have something in your teeth. You would want me to tell you, hey man, something's here. You want to be like, you know what? Why not just go brush your teeth right now? Let's go buy a toothbrush and a toothpaste. Let's brush your teeth in the bathroom. You'd be like, what the f? Wouldn't it be easier to be like, hey man, something here, man. Direct. That's what people want.
Look, this is my perspective. So if you're trying to hit the masses, don't you have to speak in a very like?
No, you don't.
Okay.
I don't think so. Because if you want to change something, imagine you're sleeping. I'm like, hey, wake up, man. Hey, wake up. Wake up, baby boy. Wake up, wake up. It's time to wake up. Versus, wake the fuck up right now. It's time for work. Which one do you think is more effective?
It depends on the person.
No, which one do you think is more? I don't care who the person. The second one always is more effective. Always. That motherfucker might be mad, but that motherfucker will wake up every time.
But don't you think if you say it like the second way, they're gonna resent you?
It's slow. I want fast change. I want to speed this up. Wake up, motherfucker. It's time for work.
Yeah.
It's always works.
Because you talked about like Gen Z and I don't know the other gen, like younger generation, they want the truth, right? But from my experience, the older generation, I think they want to be spoken to more like softly, more politely.
I don't care. I don't care.
Okay.
That's the way I'm speaking. That's the way I present the message.
So where do you get all your knowledge from?
See, my input is different from my output. People focus so much on my output. They don't focus on my input. I'm not a prodigy. I'm not a genius, but I just spend time on things that adds value.
Right.
While people are focusing on like, oh, what the f is this celebrity wearing?
Okay.
Oh, what the f is this person dating? Why is this ex-police died in prison? Like, who the f what happened to this guy? Oh, why is this girl got cheated on? I'm studying Tesla's earnings. I'm studying the tariff between China and Trump. I'm studying the way that AI is working with OpenAI that they just launched a WorldCoin. I'm studying shit. So because my output is different, you guys say, oh, this guy must be a f***ing genius. My input is different. I don't watch Netflix the way you do. I don't even watch Netflix. I'm not a prodigy. I just spend my time differently.
Do you think it's bad for people to like watch Netflix?
No, it's up to them. Just don't say that you're unworthy later on. Just don't be like, oh, our country should have better education so I can know like CK. It's you. Education? Go on CNBC. That's the education. Education? You think the things I'm talking about today is about education? Excuses. It makes me mad. Right? Am I right?
Yeah. Well, for me, I understand people have their different hobbies and stuff.
Yeah, different hobby is fine. Just don't complain afterwards. You know what? I'm about to identify the saddest people on earth, okay? Happy people are big dream, work hard. Happy people are small dream, lazy. That's okay. The saddest people are big dream, but lazy. You know why? They want to be more. They want to be outstanding. They want to be somebody, but they're lazy. They want to have tremendous output, but they're not willing to put in the work to have the input.
So do you find yourself happy?
I'm happy. I couldn't be happier.
I think a lot of people also want to know is that you operate this huge business and you're obviously staying fit too. How do you have time for other things like dating?
Bro, I'm telling you, man. The most important things in life, when you're running a business, when you're doing things, the key here is it's not about the quantity of decisions. It's about the quality of decisions. If you as a leader, you need to decide every thing within the company. You need to empower other people to also able to make decisions. But me, hopefully that in a single day, I make 5 or 6 decisions that are very top-notch quality. That's the key here, right? You gotta work like smarter. Yes, I work hard. I try to work every single hour of my day. If you care about something enough, you will always make time. Always. You're telling me that, oh, I work so hard, I have no time for my kids. Excuses. If you care about something enough, you will always have time. You
have a lot of time to do the things you love aside from work.
Yeah. I mean, I work out. I love working out. So I try to work out all the time. Dating is a little hard, right? But at the end of the day, like you can't force something. It's not like, oh, I want to date today, I can date. It has to make your life better.
Are you open to talking about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you're a very like high net worth person. You're very high quality. Do you find it hard to
it's
date
hard.
someone in that caliber?
No. Dating is not about having to date someone at your caliber. It can be somebody completely different. But 1 + 1 must equal to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right.
1 + 1 cannot equal to 2. Having another person in your life must enhance every aspect of your life, and vice versa to her. That's the perfect match. I don't believe in sacrifices.
Okay.
People say love is about sacrifices. Yeah. That teaching also leads to divorce. Love is about enhancing every aspect of your life for both parties. If you say like, oh, I date this person to have less time for friends. Yeah, you can tolerate that today. Give that a few years and you'll be like, man, I can't deal with this anymore. You cannot not be you, man. You shouldn't have to sacrifice. Like, I'm not gonna sacrifice fast work. I'm not gonna sacrifice my work time for a girl. Hell no. Hell no. But if that's not the case, then I guess I'm not dating.
So has it been hard for you?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
You know, as I said before, I never view myself as the victim. Never. Not once in my life. I would never fucking hide in my room cry, oh, it's so hard for me. That's not even in my little bit of my DNA. I will never feel sorry for myself. I'll never feel like I'm the victim. I'll never feel like I deserve better. No.
Is it okay to feel sorry for yourself?
No. For me, no. Why feel sorry for yourself? Just go out there, be the difference. Sorry for yourself for what?
I know you don't know me that well, right? We met a few times, but like not on a deep enough level, right?
Sure.
But is someone who's, you know, operating at a high level, would you give me any like raw advice
On
like
what?
improving on like what I'm doing right now?
I would say you're doing a great job building a community. I think you launch a book. I think you're solving a main pain point, a great pain point, where for Frank that wants to learn about Thai. I think that's great. For me, if I were you, you're solving a big problem through content. So you have this leverage, right? Right now you're seeing the world where businesses want to be media and media wants to be businesses, right? I think right now you have the audience. You have people hooked. So I would really work on, okay, how can I add value in their lives? For example, like who are my audiences? Like what do they need? What pain point are they having? How can they solve that problem? And I would tie these two together. Like, I think you would feel a lot more satisfied with what you're doing and you won't be tired anymore because you feel like every content you posted out, you're doing it for your business that adds value for your audience. So you won't feel tired. But if suddenly a sponsor comes in and you have to sell shampoo, you feel tired. You're like, man, I mean, I don't use this shampoo, but it pays the bill, so I'll do it.
Do you think it's bad that I take a lot of sponsors?
It's not bad. Like it pays the bill now, right? But don't do it long term. In life, there are 3 motivators: have to, need to, and want to. Have to is like, I have to go to work or else my boss is gonna fire me. Have to is I have to clean my room or else my mom's gonna hit me. I'm doing something because I have a negative force forcing me to do something. That's called have to, which means that the day that my boss is not in the office, I'm gonna come in late. The day that my mom's not around, I'm gonna be messy. Need to is stronger than have to. This is when you have debt. Your dad has cancer. You have a kid. Now you need to work hard because you need to feed your kid. You need to work hard because you gotta pay your medical bills for your dad. You need to work hard because you have credit card debts or else you're going bankrupt. But both of these have to and need to are enforced by negative forces. The last one is want to. Now we're talking about positive. Now you're willing to do something regardless of if you get benefit from it or not. Want to is, I'm gonna do it anyway. With or without money, I wanna do this anyway. And the person who wants to do something will be obsessed at their own craft that they're willing to improve at tremendous expense. Other people be like, fam, man, have some rest. You worked hard, man. Or do you sleep? But in your heart, you want to do this. What do you mean? I don't feel tired. I want to do this anyway, right? Even without money, I'll do it. So now that's positive. And that's way more long term. So you got to find something that you want to do so you won't feel burnt out. I would really work on some sort of business that will add more value for your audience.
Like if I'm being honest, I would rather like just like similar to what Card does with Love Potion, right? I'd rather just focus on like my business and not take
Exactly.
any sponsors.
Yes.
But for me, it's so hard to.
No, but that's why I said like right now, have the sponsor, let that money flows in. But then during this time, don't splurge on this money, save this money, and think about, okay, let's try that. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's try that. That doesn't work. Try different things. Don't give up just because something doesn't work. Something that worked might come at the 8th try. You have to keep on trying. You know, like I talked to the person who founded Smooth E and Dentiste. Before he developed Smooth E, the cream, it was his 10th try. It takes a lot of tries. Like P-Wade, you know P-Wade Titanium?
Yeah.
The rapper Titanium? He got famous off one song called Tulum. One song. He had countless records before that. But before he got to Tulum, it was 7 years. But you have to keep on trying, man. Like your luck is gonna come, but you cannot stop trying. Get the money in from sponsor, but feed that thing. Keep on looking for it.
Okay.
And once you found it, I promise you, it's gonna be the perfect combination. Now you have the motivation to do content because you know it links back to that because you know it helps people.
The creators that do run these successful businesses, like off their own like product, what do you think they're doing well that people like don't see?
I think they build a community, they build the bias, and they really understand their customer, right? God is a great example. God with Love Potion, she knows who she's selling to. You ask a Gen X, they don't know who God is. But you ask like your nephew, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they know who Guard is. So Guard know exactly who she's selling to. So she knows the price point has to be like 100 and something, 200 baht max, so they can just afford this. They make it cute, they make it pretty, they use cartoon, they make content that is easy to absorb. She knows her audience. Like it's very important to know who you're selling to, like very, very important. If you look at like when she launched her vending machines, the people who lined up are always Gen Z, maybe even younger.
Okay, let's move topic onto Thailand. So you said your main mission is to make Thailand better, right?
Yep.
Do you think there's a lot of improvement to be made?
Yeah. Countless. I'll die in between, man. I'll die knowing that Thailand could be better.
Like, what do you think is the main focus right now?
To disperse income outside of Bangkok. That will solve every problem in Bangkok. You think Bangkok has bad traffic? The solution to that is not build another bridge. Solution is to incentivize people to move out, move back to their home. That's the key here. For example, right? US, they're the country level and the state level. We let the state compete. So, for example, you want to start a business, you know, Delaware say, I incentivize this, make it easy to create a C Corp, whatever it is. But Silicon Valley say, you want a connection, come to Silicon Valley. Florida say, but you want no income tax, come to Florida. New York saying that, hey, you want to connect to the banking industry, come to New York. So like, every state has their own selling point. Let the provinces compete. And how do they compete? Based on the tax dollars. So the state collects tax, and they do something with that tax differently compared to the other state to create that unique selling point. The key here is not to just make Bangkok this massive city, build one bridge over another. That's not how you solve traffic. I'll solve traffic. The way to solve it is to move people out.
So what if people also want to improve Thailand now, like a lot of them are watching a Thai,
help themselves first. You can't help other people if you cannot help yourself. You cannot help other people if you're still struggling to pay bills. So step number one is to make sure that you're in a good spot.
Okay.
Good spot where you don't have to think about money. You don't have to think about, am I gonna make enough for tomorrow? You gotta make more than your basic means, like a lot more than your basic means, before you can think for other people.
Okay, so most of my audience are Thai, so
Sorry, come on.
do you have a message for them to end off the clip?
Dream big, man. Be rebellious. Be dik do. You don't have to like listen to all these stories of what Thailand's supposed to be, supposed to be like that, supposed to be like this. We shape our reality. Everything around us that we call life are made up of people who are no better than us. So you have the power to shape the new reality. If you want tomorrow to be different, be that variable. So be the change. Don't wait for the change.
There's one more thing that I forgot to ask. So you see a lot of like the rich international Thai kids, the ones that, you know, got born with money, they send their kids abroad and then they often stay there. And from my experience, they're often like highly educated.
Is that true?
Do you think that they should come back?
They should come back. I think they should come back.
Is it messed up for you?
I think no, it's not messed up for me because I have no right to tell them how to live their life.
Yeah.
But what I'm just trying to say is that if you're born with money, you're born with privilege, you should actually feel more responsible in making a difference for other. Because you have a better starting point, you have a better cost of living, you have better education. So you should feel more responsible in making a change for other people because you're capable of doing that.
Did you feel that way?
I feel that way.
Because
I feel like I'm responsible. That's why I work hard. I feel like they're still suffering in Thailand. I'm responsible for it.
Wow.
So you gotta feel responsible.
Do you ever feel pressure about that?
No, I don't feel pressure. I feel responsible. I feel that I want to take accountability for the bad things that happen in Thailand, and I want to be the difference. I think if I don't do anything, then I'm a part of the problem.
Right.
This is our home. If you don't do anything, you're actually just as bad as the murderer. Right? The murder a person, but you stand there and watch. When actually you have the weapon, actually you have the ability, actually you know martial art, but you still decide to stand and watch. Legally speaking, this person is not liable, but morally speaking, I think this person is just as guilty as the murderer. Knowing that they themselves can make the difference, knowing that they themselves can be the change, but they still choose to stand and watch. I think that's just as guilty, and I don't want to be guilty.
Because I know you studied in the US and you also worked in the US for several years, right? Was you always thinking in the back of your head, like, I need to go back to Thailand to make this?
Because this is my home. This is my home, man.
Why did you work in America for so many years before making the big leap to Thailand then?
Because I was lost. I was trying to find myself as well.
What do you mean lost?
I also buy into the story that, go to the US, find a great job, work in banking, get into private equity, get the US citizenship, live the American dream.
Did you feel empty?
I feel empty. I feel like, okay, I'm here to work hard to serve the 1%. The whole job of the banking industry is to make the rich people richer. That's it. Like private equity deals, hedge fund deals. You think these deals are offered by middle class? People with money can lend money better than people without money. If you have money, you want to borrow 10 million. It will be easier for you to borrow 10 million than a person in needs of money to borrow 100K. Bank is a place that will lend you money if you can prove that you don't need it. Banks are created to help the rich people richer. They're there to get interest from poor people, mortgages, selling debt, taking advantage of poor people, and use that money to hire great people, talented people to serve the rich. That's bank in a nutshell.
So after you realized that, you're like, I'm out?
I'm out of here, man. I want to use my talent, my ability, my resources to improve the 99%, not the 1%.
Okay. All right. Thanks for your time. I know you're a busy man.
Viral as again. Okay?
Yeah, cool.
See y'all.